Hi, I'm Inga with Wisdom Ways Acupuncture, and I'm back for my third video in my 5 Elements video series, this one focusing on the earth element. Now, this is an interesting elemental season because it's not recognized here in the West. It's called late summer, and it's that time of year where the long, really bright days of summer have passed. We can feel things have wound down, but the air is still pretty warm and the leaves are nowhere near falling. So it's this little extra season tucked right between summer and fall. This is my favorite elemental season, and it's a very important season because it's related to the harvest. It's that time of year when the bounty of the earth, and remember we're talking about the earth element, is just pouring in. As a complete foodie and someone who loves my food, and especially those comforting foods that are going to start being very beneficial for reasons I'll get into in a moment, I love that this element is all about nourishment. Not just what we get from food, but emotional nourishment as well. This element is just all about being filled up. Now, every element has an organ that it's associated with, and since we digest all those great nutrients the earth is giving us now with our digestive organs, this season's related organs are what we call our spleen, stomach. But just think of it as your digestive organs because that's going to help you understand the energy of this element the best. Now, I said that this is a very important season, and I meant medicinally, because in Chinese medicine, everything is about energy, or what we call qi, and having strong qi. Qi isn't just what our body's made of, but it's what gives us our vitality, it's what fuels our body functions, as well as just giving us energy so that we're not tired all the time. And where we get our qi from on a daily basis is from the food that we eat. So it's very important that we do two things. First, we want to nourish those digestive organs with the very foods that are actually medicinal for them and strengthen them so that they can function well and do their best job of absorbing nutrients. But second, we need to put energy-dense foods in our body in the first place so those organs have good nutrients to work with. Now, traditionally, before the advent of modern grocery stores and food transportation, this was a season for building up our stores of nutrients for the coming months. We'd spend hours in the kitchen putting up the summer bounty and storing it away properly so it would preserve. But think of that same act symbolically, that the same thing we did in the kitchen is what we still need to do now in our body. We need to store up nutrients and through this qi. I said this in a couple ways already, but it's so important that I'm going to say it again. This is the most important season for building up our stores of qi for the coming colder months ahead. We easily get depleted in these coming months, so what we do now is either going to ensure a healthier, more vibrant winter, or a depleted one where we easily get sick and feel tired. So this is the entire theme of the video. I'm going to give you a few tips now and ways to look at this to help you decide which foods to start focusing on to keep yourself nourished and filled up. First, think of foods that start coming into ripeness at this time of year. And keep in mind that we're talking about the earth element. These foods are the heavy, dense ones that grow upon the earth. So just like they grow low on the earth, when we eat them, our energy seeps deep into our body where it can get stored for the winter months. Think of the term Mother Earth and its connotations with being nourished and nurtured. These foods that come into season during the earth element time, like the pumpkins, winter squashes, are very nourishing and energy dense, which our organs need and depend on at this time of year to nurture and protect that qi. Chinese medicine figured out that these sweeter flavored foods have their main medicinal impact on those digestive organs. Perfect for what we need to be eating at this time of year. So start focusing more on these foods as they come into season. Second, think of foods also that store well in the winter and don't lose their nutrients as easily. Foods that store well tend to be foods that actually grow into the earth, the root vegetables. These keep their nutrients for a long time and they impart the same qualities in us when we eat them. So they help us store our qi for the coming dark and colder months when we need more of it. So now's the time of year to start incorporating more root vegetables in as well. Third and last, eat more warming foods. In Chinese medicine, we actually call our digestive organs our middle burners. So I'm always telling my patients, think of a stove with a flame underneath a pot cooking or digesting our food. Well, what's going to happen if we throw a bunch of iced water, iced cream, cold, watery, raw foods over that flame? it's going to put it out. And we don't digest our food or absorb nutrients well. So we get digestive weakness even if we don't have any obvious digestive symptoms. So to do as much as possible to help keep our digestive fire alive, stay away from these ice food and drinks and start moving towards cooked foods, away from the cooling raw foods of summertime as the days get shorter and colder. So soups, stews, casserole, those comforting foods I said I love so much are going to be more medicinal for you starting at this time of year. That ends my recommendations for nourishing your earth element during the late summer season. But remember that because our mind and our body are connected in Chinese medicine, everything we do on a physical level is going to help the emotional side as well. People who have strong, bountiful earth energy, who feel nourished and filled up, they overflow with an abundance of energy and love and nurturing to give to themselves and to other people as well. I've got plenty of blogs written about what happens to us emotionally when our earth element is starved or out of balance on that emotional level. We don't know how to get our needs met, we feel empty inside, maybe overly needy, or conversely overly giving to the point of resentment or exhaustion. These are all signs of earth element imbalance, as is just tiredness, because we're not creating more chi or energy from our earth element organs. So check out my blog and do a search for earth element for those past blogs on these topics, and be sure to like and follow me on Facebook to get more tips like this for staying balanced as we move throughout the year. Stay tuned for my next metal element video later in the fall, and until then, have an abundant and a nourishing late summer.